Test, test. Well, thank you, Dead on Board. Um, I've been talking a lot, and apparently I've been muted this entire time, which is terrible, terrible, terrible. I appreciate that. Um, so what I was saying was, I think that this is an okay Levia pool for sealed. It's hard to do a Levia pool in sealed. Um, Mainly because of how resource intensive she is and things like that. I think the brandishes are good though, because you can follow them up with the axe and turning it into a 4 or a 6, which is better breakpoints than 3 or 5. But we have lots of ways to banish. We have a couple cards that we can play from banish to refuel. So we have the Yellow Ghostly Visit. We have the Howl from Beyond. I think that might be all that we have that can play from banish. Yeah, I think this pool is good. It's better than the Prism pool, even though we did pull the Luminaris. And then for equipment-wise, with that, we would do Ebb and Fold, Gauntlet, and Legs. We don't have a chest piece, but the Ebb and Fold is an escape valve. Sure. No, I have no problem showing the Prism pool. So we do have a Halo. Okay. Seek Enlightenment. The Illuminate goes here. One nice thing that we do have in this pool is we have 3 blinding beams. We have a red one, a yellow one, and a blue one. But this is the base Prism cards that we have in the pool. So we have 4 red Phantasms. And then we have 4 yellow ones, and then 1 Spears in yellow and blue. And we have 1 blue Wartune Herald. Like, the strongest part of this pool for Prism is just that we have the 3 blinding beams. We have a Luminaris, but we don't have any auras except for just if we happen to hit and go into Soul and create the shields. So if we look at some of the generics, let's do this. There's not even that many generics in this pool that are okay for that. I mean, we have a blue Yinti Yinti, but again, it's hard to create the shields. We do have Warmonger's Recitals and a Rise Above. We have a red Exude. Adrenaline Rush is fine. Sorry, that one's red. We have a blue Rally of the Rearguard, which is not that good. We just don't have enough attacks, I think, in this pool. Yellow Zealous Belting would work here. I think that's it. Yeah, Prism is just good in general in Monarch Sealed, which is why I always look at her cards first to see what we have. But, I mean, we have very light, heavy like attacks. It's not anywhere near as good as the first pool that I had with Prism here, which I'll pull that one out real quick too. So this is the base Prism light pool from the first set of 6 packs, which I feel is a lot stronger base pool. We have 1 prismatic shield. We have a glisten. We have 2 yellow blinding beams. We have 4 red heralds, and a enigmatic chimera, and then we have like double yellow adrenaline rush. Blue zealous, which is fine. Yellow tremor. Red rally. And pound for pound. Yellow memorial ground. Yeah, so I think this is close to the full pool for the first set that I had. And so yeah, I think this is a lot stronger of a Prism deck. You want a lot of big top end and enough yellows to fuel things. Having some go again with like Blue Zealous that you can pitch early, and then later on you can use it as a go again to follow into something else, a lot like Spears. And then of course double yellow blinding beam, which you can just use to protect. Oh, 4, 5, 6. We'll go ahead and open another pool here. I want to say thanks again for letting me know that I was muted. I'm gonna have to edit that whole first section out of the video. Okay, Rifted Torment, Slaughter Beast, Riftbind, Surging. Okay, we got a blue Minnowism there. Yeah, Adrenaline Rush and Foil Adrenaline Rush. Legs. Yeah, this is first edition. I did open a cold foil so far, and it is right here. We opened a nice cold foil gauntlet. And then we also opened a foil talisman. Okay, Consuming Aftermath. Although was it last Wednesday, I did this same thing, but I did it with a box of Unlimited. And the box had a legendary and 3 foil common equipment in the same box, which was pretty nutty. $11 boxes. So I've opened I opened 2 cases when Monarch first came out of first edition. I did those all on stream. I don't know if I got any foil talismans out of those. And then this is my 3rd case that I just opened of Monarch first. I have one more up on the shelf for some point later. But I figured I wanted to do this practice. I don't have any more unlimited here. So I just went ahead and opened my first edition case. Okay, Yellow Memorial Ground, a Blood Tribute. Ooh, that's nice. Foil first edition Genesis. I love the foiling on that. And then we got a Time Skippers. We have a Soul Harvest. And a Dimensional Gateway. Slaughter Beast, Rifted Torment, Express Lightning, Red Memorial, Red Belittle. That's good. Another Void Wraith, another Red Minnowism. Sorry, another Minnowism, first red one. Foil Herald of Triumph. We have a plate, which is good for this pool. Consuming Aftermath, Sleeping Shadow. All right, Rumbler, Rip, Take Flight, Herald, Lightning, Red Yinti-Yanti, Foil Rising Solar Tide, Hooves, ooh, we got a Spellblood. That's nice. Rip. Cross the Line. Yellow Spears. Yellow Rally. We got a foil Void Wraith, red, an Ebonfold, Sleeping Shadows, and a Shadow Verser. This is a pretty sick sealed pool. Yeah. Triple Majestic sealed pool seems good. As good as this light stuff is, though, I don't think there's going to be enough light cards in general. Red Zealous Belting, Impenetrable Belief. Did I have another one of those and put it in the wrong one? No. Eclipse. You got a foil Bolt of Courage. That's a pretty cool foil as well. Just the way the lightning looks. Gauntlet. Blue Tremor. Red Herald. All right. So equipment-wise, I think we did really good. We have generic chest and gloves and generic foot. 2 generic feet. And then we also have an Ebonfold and a Hooves. So equipment-wise, this was a really good pool. It's nice to be able to cover all your spots. As nice as like some of this Prism stuff is and whatever, I don't think there's enough cards in the pool. I would have to supplement so much from generic. So there's 17 possible light cards to play, so I would have to supplement 13 generics to make it playable. I think that's just not feasible. So looking at these, I think it's chain, although the blood tributes could be okay in chain as well. Yeah, I don't think there's enough here for Levia. We have 7 6 attacks. 8. Eight 6 attacks, and I think consuming aftermath. Nope, that's a 5 because it's yellow. Oh, we do have a red one though. So we have 9 6 attacks. I don't think that's enough. Okay. So let's see what this chain pool looks like. With our Shadow of Ursa. So ways to deal arcane damage, we have 2 seeds. I believe Dimensional Gateway does as well. Yeah. We have Arcanic Crackle, 2 Rifted Torments. We have enablers for those with like Shadow of Ursa. We do have 1 Riftbind. See, we have a Void Wraith. I'm not sure about the Yellow Spew yet. We have 1 Consuming Aftermath. We have a double Void Wraith red, which can be played from Banished as well. We also have the yellow Consuming. Let's look at some of these other ones. So yellow Memorial Ground can help us get back our Riftbinds and stuff. Red Yanti Yanti is good in chain. Now we don't have any Bounding Demigons. We don't have any... We do have red Minnowism though. We have red Belittle. We have a red Memorial Ground. A blue Minnowism. But we had 2... Yeah, we do. We have 2 Belittles. Oh, we have another yellow Memorial Ground, maybe? All right. That's 28 right there. So I'm actually a fan of Adrenaline Rush in Sealed. And then we have a yellow Warmonger's Recital. We might just want the blue Tremor as well. Like in chain, it doesn't hurt to go up above the base because you're going to be banishing cards. but you want the cards that you put in to make sense. You don't want to put too much that you can't do anything with. But I think like this is like the base of where I would start with this chain pool. We have pumps. We have ways to get our cards back on top so that we can banish them. It's like we can red Memorial Ground our Rip Through Realities, and we can yellow Memorial Ground our Riftbind, Arcanic Crackle, Shadowverser. If we need resources, we have 2 Belittles, and we have a blue Minnowism and a red Minnowism, so we can go get the one we need if we need damage or we need resources. Yeah, I like this pool. And then depending on the matchup, if we're playing against a light hero, we can bring in the Eclipse Existences and the Spew Shadows. And then for equipment, we would be looking at Ebonfold, Ironhide everywhere else, although I could see wanting the Time Skippers against like Prism. But you already have so much go again, I don't think it's necessary. So yeah, I would probably just go with this. Blue Tremor is fine in chain because you can just attack for 4 with a blue. And then let me look at the time. We're looking at 6:55. I can do one more sealed pool. I'll finish out the box. Especially since I need more content with sound now. Which is better than muted content. Right, Delver? Like, why not? I really think that I haven't gotten enough playing practice to reasonably expect to make day 2 of the calling, so focusing on the Pro Quest on Sunday of Vegas to play Sealed, I think is a better use of my time. And since I have all the boxes, it makes sense to just go ahead and do that. Surgy Militia. I haven't seen a lot of Surgy Militias in any of these pools, and it's such a great card in Sealed because you can pitch it until late in the game and then attack, and they have such a hard time defending it. So we have a foil Zealous Belting. We have a Dreamweavers. We have a Blue Tremor and a Howl from Beyond. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played enough reps of my Classic Constructed deck, which is the problem. And I don't think I'm going to have the time between now and the calling to get those reps in where I need them. Herald, Take Flight, Express Lightning. Ooh, Red Adrenaline Rush. So we have a Convulsions. Is that foil? Some of the foil cards are so hard to see the foiling. Like, I believe this is foil, but you can only see a little bit of foiling, like right there. We have Stubbies, we have another Howl, and an Unhallowed Rites. sweaty and not foil. Maybe. I've noticed there's a few different cards in Monarch where the foil is so subtle, it's almost impossible to tell the card is foiled. Okay, we got, like this one, you can definitely tell. And it's gorgeous. Okay, we got a halo, yellow rise above, and blue rouse the ancients. Well, it's the only color of rouse the ancients that there is, but so far this pool hasn't really solidified into any specific class yet. Red Illuminate, blue Minnowism, another Surgy Militia. Yeah, this one it's very subtle on as well. This Frontline Scout, it's basically like, there we go, that little cloud or face or whatever behind him is foiled. We have some Time Skippers, a Seek Horizon. It's the first one of those I've seen today, and a blue Dust Path. Spew, yellow Minnowism, a little yellow Rally. Oh, now that foil is cool looking. The lightning on the sword is what's foiled. That's hard to see. There we go. We have an Ironhide Plate. We have a second Convulsions from the Bellows of Hell. And a Writhing Beast Hulk. Yeah, the lightning on that Arcanic Crackle is great. There we go. Red Riftbind. Lunar Tide. Red Surging. Man, this pool has some good... Okay, not foil. Has some good generics going on here. Soul Reaping. Foil. And an Ebonfold. And so we have a Pulping, and then our last pack in the box, we have a Bolting Blade. All right. I think this pool is pretty open. I could see Bolton. We have 2 Express Lightnings. We have 2 Take Flights. So we have plenty of charge. We have Engulfing Light that can go into Soul. Illuminate can go into Soul. And we have 2 of those. So I definitely don't think it's Prism though. There's just way too few cards that you need. So I think we have second swings and stuff. I'm gonna build Bolton, and then, man, Chain looks pretty good too, especially with 2 Riftbinds, 2 Boundings, Soul Reaping. The problem is that there's no seeds. which is unfortunate. And then Levia, let me look at the 6s real quick. Four 6s, so it's definitely not Levia. So I'm going to take Chain. I'm going to set him right here for a second. And we'll do double duty on this last sealed pool with Bolton and Chain. Oh, Cross the Line lets you charge as well. And so does Engulfing Light. Yeah, we have a lot of charge. Bolt of Courage. I don't know that we want the Blinding Light. Okay, so our base Bolton pool is 17, so we still need to pull 13 cards from generics. So let's grab the obvious ones first. It's too bad we can't play the Rouse the Ancients. Okay, so the obvious ones are yellow Brandish, red Brandish, yellow Second Swing. And then ones we want is like red Surging Militia. I think even the blue Surging Militia. Yellow Rise Above, yellow Warmonger. Red Adrenaline Rush. Yellow Surging. Yeah, Delver. That's the thing is I'm trying to figure out the best stuff. I think yellow Rally is fine. I think we have enough attacks with 3 or less to turn Belittle on. Yes, me too. That gives us 2 Minnowisms that we can play here. Two yellow Belittles as well. Oh, that's actually 31. So we would probably take one of these cards out here. I'm not sure which one. But we have lots of ways to buff up our axes. We have Brandish. We have the Second Swing. What we don't have is equipment to help us with that. That's unfortunate. We do have a Halo. Oh, we have Stubbies. It doesn't help with the axes, but it helps with some of the other stuff. And then we have Time Skippers. You get 6 packs in Sealed Wonder Boy. And I definitely recommend if you're buying a box of any set, Tails, you know, Monarch or whatever, playing Sealed is such a great way to play the game. It lets you experience some of the cards that you normally wouldn't. Like in general, Brandish doesn't see a lot of play right now. Adrenaline Rush doesn't see a lot of play right now, but I think in Sealed it's really good. So it helps you explore the card pool. It helps you kind of figure out what each hero is trying to do. Sometimes in pools like this, you could end up building 2 different heroes out of it. So you build one and you can play, and then you can put the cards back together and build a second pool. And you just get a lot of play out of opening a box that way. So yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that. But it's 6 packs. There's 24 in a box, so that gives each of you 2 pools to build from, which is really good. But yeah, I think this is where I would go with Bolton. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the generics out real quick. And a lot of the generics are going to be the same. Between the 2 pools that I build here. Okay, these are all light. Yeah, I hear you, Delver. I'm signed up for the Tales of Aria pre-release event at Vegas, so I'm going to do that. I'm also signed up to go, well, I have my room and my flight booked for both Cincinnati and Dallas, so I plan on hitting all of those callings and playing Sealed. So I have some first edition Aria on pre-order. I'm hoping I'll be able to get those and then practice building the Sealed pools and playing against people with that before. Yeah, pre-releases are all Sealed, Delver. We have 4 here in Vegas, and I'm signed up for all 4 of the pre-releases as well. Yeah, that definitely makes sense, Delver, that Nationals could be draft. I could also see it being multi-format, so I could see it being so many rounds of Classic Constructed, so many rounds of draft. Yeah, exactly. So you have to be okay in both formats going through the tournament. Pit fight only. That would be a heck of a nationals. Just pair people up in 8-player pods, and then last man standing from each pod goes on to the next round. All right, so I'm gonna build this chain pool now. These cards came from the same pool as the Bolton pool. So all I'm doing is I'm using the same generics that I had before, plus all of the Shadow and Shadow Runeblade stuff, just to kind of see what this would look like. Wow. This might actually be a better chain pool than it is a Bolton pool. Okay, so the base chain pool is 1 more card than Bolton. It's 18. Bolton and Chain both like the Minnowisms and Warmonger's Recital. I think the Rise Above is okay. Where's the rest of my generics? Is that all of them? Or did I put them away? Yeah, I put the ones I wasn't using away. Okay. So I actually think Chain wants Seek Horizon. Being able to put a card you can't play right now on top of your deck to banish next turn to set up is fine. Blue Tremor is good in Chain. Do we have any zero-cost attacks? Arcanic Crackle. So maybe we want the Blue Memorial Ground for that. Arcane damage is really basically impossible to block in Sealed. So any ways you can have of redoing your arcane damage is going to really carry you through a game in Monarch. And what you can do is you can wait till after Chain banishes his Soul Shackles off the top of the deck, and then after you're back in your action phase, then you can Memorial Ground to set it for the next turn. You can also just Memorial Ground something that you can banish and play, but I think we have Bounding Demigons too, so you can Memorial Ground a Bounding Demigon and then banish it and then play it that turn as well. So this is also 31 cards. Although Chain wants to play more cards, you don't want to probably be right at 30 because then you could potentially get fatigued out easier. But yeah, I think this is the Chain pool from those same packs, and I actually think this deck might be stronger. It has a Soul Reaping, which is great. It has a red Riftbind and a blue Riftbind. We have 2 Bounding Demigons, 2 Arcanic Crackles. We have double Yellow Belittle and 2 Minnowisms, which would be another reason to play more cards because those are going to pull cards out of your deck. The Surging Militias are great in any hero in Monarch Sealed just because they're so hard to block. Somebody double blocks with 3s on this 5 Surging Militia and they're still taking 1 damage. Seek Horizon is fine in Chain because you can set up for banishing something next turn. Same with Rise Above. You can block, put something on top, and then banish it, and you really didn't lose the card. So yeah, I like this pool. So I have 3 more boxes of this case of first edition. I'm not going to open them today, but I'm definitely going to do some more sealed practice before Vegas. So it will probably be on not a Tuesday or Wednesday because I stream Flesh and Blood on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, normally I'm doing an Armory League game from the Team Covenant Discord. Then on Wednesdays, I stream Ashes Reborn. It's another card game, if you're not familiar with it. So I'll be streaming that tomorrow. That's also part of a Team Covenant Discord league. The game's a lot of fun. It has a lot of unique elements like using dice for resources. You get to pick your opening hand. There's a lot of cool things about it. And then the rest of the week, I sometimes stream just if I have time and I have something that I want to stream. So that will probably be when I do the Monarch pools, maybe Sunday. So anyway, I want to thank everybody who participated in chat. Thank you again for telling me that my mic was muted for the first half of the stream. I will edit that stuff out on YouTube. I stream here on Twitch and YouTube both. So thank you guys and see you next time.